We gathered together to celebrate Pastor Flater's journey from the pig pen to the pulpit. As you should all be aware, unless you are new or have been asleep for the last 10 years, Pastor Flater was a pig farmer. His agricultural roots surface from time to time when he quotes his favorite philosopher, Waynard, from the feed store, or when his inner farmer comes out while telling parables. He even went so far as to don his pioneer seed corn jacket and throw seed at us to illustrate the parable of the sower. His rural Iowa background has given him strong family roots. He and his wife Julie and children Adam and Suzanne survived and even thrived when they transitioned from the farm to the seminary and then to the parish. Pastor Flater could not ignore God's call to be the minister of word and sacrament. He left his life of raising pigs behind as he ventured out to fish for people. Before coming to serve as pastor of Holy Trinity in Dubuque, Paff served 2 other congregations, one in Galesville, Wisconsin, and one in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Paff is first of all our worship leader. He keeps our worship centered in liturgy and scripture. He works very hard to make his sermons relevant and meaningful, and he keeps the congregation on its toes, as we never know quite what to expect. During my first month at Holy Trinity, Paff preached a traditional sermon, a PowerPoint sermon, told an Our Town story, and performed a dramatic monologue on each consecutive week. I knew that I was going to like it at Holy Trinity and would be challenged as I heard the gospel message told in different ways. Our 3 worship services each have a different flavor, but all are centered in scripture and liturgy. Pastor Flater has preached 1,284 sermons at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, not including special worship at seasonal times. Paff really looks forward to baptisms. He loves the babies and can't wait to become a grandpa. Paff has baptized 147 people, but not all have been babies. One year we had 50 baptisms, and the highlight was when Doris Harry's family was baptized together. Every baptized member received a blanket, even the adults. During the sacrament, Paff walks the babies up and down the aisle to introduce the congregation to its new family member, reminding us of our responsibility to nurture the newly baptized in faith and helping us to expect the child to witness to us as well. Paff has married 25 couples. Each couple has the opportunity to meet with Paff for free premarital counseling, which helps them know that Christ is at the center of their relationship. Paff has taught us how to welcome children and families. Because of Paff's leadership, we have a vital ministry to families with young and growing children. Children are a welcome and integral part of our life together in worship, study, mission, and fellowship. Paff and I look forward to leading our 4th graders and their parents on their path to First Communion. We enjoy the excited anticipation of the children as they learn about communion and come to the table with their church family for the first time. Paff loves Vacation Bible School. At a previous congregation where I served, the pastor intentionally took vacation during VBS so that he could escape the chaos of the week. At Holy Trinity, Paff brings the chaos to VBS. He has served as band leader and more recently has invited biblical characters to come to teach. Under Paff's leadership, we have always had a quality confirmation program for our middle school students. 102 youth have affirmed their baptism at Holy Trinity in the 10 years that Paff has led us. He and I look forward to the next chapter as we discern what shape our confirmation program may take so that we can better meet the needs of our families and the Holy Trinity congregation. Paff loves to teach Bible study, and under his leadership, many groups have been formed to study the scriptures. Paff and Cheryl brought the gift of Stephen ministry to our congregation. Over 50 Stephen ministers have been trained and sent out to serve. The number is growing as a new class is presently being trained. The Stephen Ministry Program extends our care for members and friends beyond what our staff can do. Paff has always encouraged future leaders in the church. The last 2 years, PAF has led us into a new venture as we mentor future pastors and leaders of the church. This is our second year with an intern pastor from Wartburg Seminary. We are also connected to the diaconal ministry program as we have welcomed candidates into our ministry to learn and lead. Seminary students who worship regularly with us are encouraged to participate as leaders as well. PAF has always led by example. He practices the faith through his words and actions. Walking on the crop walk, serving at the Dubuque Rescue Mission, donating blood, working at the Big Day of Service, leading mission trips, pledging to special offerings, and tithing to the church. Under PAF's leadership, Holy Trinity has served on many mission trips. In addition to traditional youth mission trips, PAF has led adults on trips to help with recovery after natural disasters. Holy Trinity went to Biloxi, Mississippi 3 times to help after Hurricane Katrina. We traveled to Parkersburg and Waverly, Iowa to clean up after the tornadoes and floods of 2008, and 2 groups traveled to Joplin, Missouri to help with the tornado cleanup as well. 1 year, the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church congregation put in an entire work year of service, 2,080 hours. PAF helps us to understand the Lutheran concept of being Lord of all and servant of all. Lord of all because we are heirs to the kingdom of Christ, and servant of all because we are called to care for God's people. One of the surprises for PAF as he came to serve Holy Trinity Lutheran Church was that he would serve as the pastor to so many talented pastors who are members of Holy Trinity. As I said before, PAF always keeps us on our toes. He is always coming up with new ideas to keep the message of the gospel new and exciting. We never know what special guest will be visiting next or what alter ego may emerge. However, we are not the only ones who have grown in his 10-year journey. PAF has learned a few things as well. When PAF came to Holy Trinity, his pig farmer roots told him animals belonged outside. I mentioned having the blessing of the animals service several times. He wasn't interested until Ruby, his little inside dog, entered the picture. He is now a complete animal-loving convert. We held our first blessing of the animal service this last year. Also, PAF has not been a big fan of Santa Claus. In fact, Jason Craig, one of our youth, asked his dad, David, why PAF was so against Santa Claus. His daughter Suzanne made him a Santa globe as a joke because of his disdain for the red-suited one. However, he met Santa at the Noah's Ark preschool Christmas program one year. This particular Santa explained his Christian roots to the children, and now PAF and Santa are friends. We're glad that we could help you turn over some new leaves, PAF. To honor the 10 years of our pig farmer pastor, we are collecting money to buy pigs from ELCA Good Gifts. The pigs will be given to families in developing nations. Families are taught to raise the pigs responsibly and humanely so that they can benefit from their income. If you would like to honor PAF in this way, your donations may be given to the church office. It has been 10 years full of vital and Christ-centered ministry under Pastor Flater's leadership, and we can't wait to see what will happen next. Thank you, PAF, for being our leader, mentor, and example of Christian discipleship, but most especially, we thank you for being our pastor. Thank you also, Julie, for your support of PAF and the congregation at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church.